I wanna be Batman, cause everybody really ain't shit to me.
World, this is mjaw here with mjaw Reviews, and I'm bringing you guys number 2 to the top 10 hero countdown. This countdown has just been crazy as hell. There's been a whole bunch of people haven't known who's gonna be picking what, who's gonna be who's favorite, who's just gonna love who. So, without any further ado, without any more lollygagging, I'm gonna be bringing you my number 2 to the list. Now this guy, he's the man, so just bear warned, this guy is the fucking man, so you'll see him right now. Yes, everybody, I chose Ash from the Evil Dead series. Oh man, what can I say about Ash? I have all the movies from 1, 2, and 3. My favorite one out of all of them is number 2, but I also love number 3. And number 1 I like to watch if I just want to watch like a corny evil movie, like evil horror movie. I love all 3 of them for their own separate reasons. The first time I saw number 1, I was in high school, and I was like, what the hell is this movie? Alright, oh my god. Let me just get into the whole Ash aspect. Ash is the corniest guy you will ever see fight off undead evil spirits. Well, evil dead people, if that makes any sense. He's the corniest dude to ever fight off undead zombies. He's so corny that it makes him cool. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, you'll see a zombie movie or something, or, you know, whenever the undead come around, and you always see like that cool guy who's like, yeah man, I'm gonna fight all of them, yeah, I'm badass, I got a shotgun. That guy isn't cool to me. But the corny dude who accidentally winds up being the hero, that dude is always like the dude I like in a movie. It's just like, you're so corny, and like the dude who would obviously die in a situation like this, but you wind up coming out on top, and then getting the girl and just being the man. It's just like, wow, like this dude is so corny, like he just becomes the hero. Number 1, like he's not really a big badass in this movie. Number 1 basically came off as one of those cheesy sort of college project movies that came out, and I was just like, okay, that is like the corniest movie I've ever seen. But he winds up being the only survivor in this, out of his friends who go into a cabin for a camping trip, and the undead start to come alive because they played a tape recorder of the this archaeologist who found the Book of the Dead. He, you know, reads off all the cantations in the book. The undead of the woods start to come alive, start possessing Ash's friends. He winds up killing his friends because of the undead spirits. They got, it's just cool. Just the fact that he never dies in this movie was just like, wow, how the hell did you not live in this one? He didn't really fight heroically in this. He was just like, screaming like a little girl half the time. But he was cool. Then number 2 came out, and this is where he starts getting totally badass. He starts using the shotgun, he uses the chainsaw, he just like becomes the coolest, baddest man on the planet in this movie. The Evil Dead start to possess his hand, and the scene was just so cool. He like, the hand is beating his ass, like the hand starts beating him up, like grabbing dishes, smacking me in the face. And, you know, it has him unconscious, and it's trying to grab, I think the chainsaw or a knife, and it's trying to kill him with it, but he winds up stabbing his own hand with the fork, laughing at it, taking the chainsaw, and he's like, who's laughing now? And he starts sawing off his hand, and blood is squirting all over his face. And this is another thing about the movie. There is so much blood in this movie. It's like so unnecessary for how much blood is squirted in this movie. It's so exaggerated with all the amounts of blood that squirt all over the place, but it's so cool. This guy is covered in blood throughout the whole movie, doused in it. He's so doused in blood, but it's so cool. After he chains off his hand, he's just like, whatever. Like, usually a dude would scream and be like, oh, my hand, but he's just like, yeah, whatever. I wrap it up in a napkin, and it's just like, whatever. Then he gets a chainsaw, hooks it up to his nubbin, or whatever the hell you want to call it after he sawed it off, and like he has it hooked onto his chest, so when he goes like this, it turns on, and then he has like a shotgun. He saws it off and makes it into like a, you know, a sawed-off shotgun. It's just like, what? He has it in the back, and then, you know, after he chainsaws, he's like, yeah, groovy. He's so corny. Just the way he kills things is just wow. At the end, they wind up going into a time vortex, and he winds up turning into the going into the Middle Ages and the medieval sort of thing. He fights off the undead here. He winds up getting the medieval chick, and oh man, he's just so cool. It's just so hard to explain how cool this guy is, even though he's so corny. But yeah, he's the coolest dude. If you want to watch one of these movies, I suggest you pick up number 2 to watch it, because number 1, he's not really heroic in this. He's just like whatever. But in this one, this is when he starts getting badass. And in number 3, this is when he starts getting like totally out of control, and just his lines are so corny and cheesy, and he's just the man. So that's my number 2 pick. Even though he's one of those parody comical heroes, he's so badass. And this is, if I wanted to get into a fight with an undead army, this is the dude I would want to get into a fight with the undead with. This is the guy I want on my team, because he's just like, I don't know how he survives, but he's just the man. He's my hero against the undead forces. So that's my number 2 pick, Evil Dead Ash from the series. And also, if you want to read up on him, if you want to see, pick up the comic book series, Shop So You Drop 1, 2, 3, and 4. That is an awesome series. That'll show you how corny he is, but he winds up just getting the girl all the time. He's just so cheesy. But yes, Evil Dead Ash. That's my pick for number 2. Catch you guys later for number 1. So later on.